Hello and welcome everyone here to my YouTube channel. Today with something different, we are playing a best of one historic deck. The reason behind this is because there's the arena open on the 1st August where we have to play a best of one deck on day 1 to qualify for the day 2 where we have to play best of 3 historic. If you want to know about the tournament, I will probably put a link down in the description below. So let's talk about best of one historic. What I figured out so far is there's a lot of goblins, there's a lot of reclamation, and those two decks look really strong. So we need decks that can win against both decks, and I try to provide you with some ideas, such as some alternatives. And yeah, so let's go over the deck shortly. First, what you see in this deck is we have Karn, the Great Creator, a 4 mana card. It's 5 loyalty, activate the ability of artifacts your opponent's control can't be activated. This is nice against some cat own decks. Then also you have the +1. Until your next turn, up to one target non-creature artifact becomes an artifact creature with power and toughness, each equal to its converted mana cost. This is okay. You get sometimes additional attackers, which is fine, but yeah. The -2 is what we're looking for. -2, you may choose an artifact card you own from outside the game or in exile, reveal that card and put it into your hand. So with this we have access to all those sideboard cards. And yeah, we go over the sideboard cards in after I talked about the entire deck, but this is one of the additional ideas I had with this deck. The main idea still is the classic Field of the Dead. Whenever Field of the Dead enters the battlefield under your control, if you control 7 or more lands with different names, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. So we have cards like Cultivate, Explore, Growth Spiral, Grazer, Uro to ramp, and to get additional lands into the game. I decided to go for Cultivate over the Elvish Rejuvenator here because I want to have that extra land. I want to ramp a bit faster here because we also play 2 Ugin, the Spirit Dragon. So it's an 8 mana, 7 loyalty, and has so much power. We can have a Pseudo Exile Board Wipe with this one, and we have also -10. But usually the -X is the really important one to deal with board-wide strategy as a goblins. Also because there's many aggressive decks, we play 4 Shatters main. 4 mana, each player controls a creature with power 4 great draws a card, but then destroys all creatures. So definitely 4 right now in my opinion, just to deal with all those aggressive decks. We also play 4 Teferis. It's good against reclamation. It gives us some time sometimes against aggressive decks. 3 mana for loyalty. I mean, I don't have to say too much about Teferi. It just gets a bounce, you draw a card, you get some time. Yeah. Then on the 2 slot, I play 2 Caskets to deal with some aggressive cards. And I play 2 Edagosts to deal with Muxes specifically. You see a lot of red decks where usually I'm not a fan of playing Edagosts in best of one in the main deck. But you see a lot of red decks. Recently, I didn't in those series I didn't find too many, but I think Edagost should be right now in the main deck. And yeah. Also, you maybe ask me why I have 3 Explore and 3 Growth Spiral, not 4 of 1. I think Explore in this type of deck actually is better because the mana base is a bit scuffed since we play Field of the Dead, where this costs 1 green and 1 colorless, and this costs 1 green and 1 blue. You can say this is an instant though, but I still think we should go at least 3. I don't have too many though, because we really ramp a lot and we also have to deal with threats on the board. So this is why we went with 3/3. Uro, just a solid card, and we don't want too many, but 2 is definitely fine. Golos is just an amazing card, right? I mean, it's a 5 mana, 3/5, it comes into play, we can search for 1 land, put it into play, and pay 7, take the top 3 cards, and play them without mana cost. So yeah, this is the main deck here. These are the lands. You will see the entire land list in the sideboard, where I think there's only 1 land missing I would add. But yeah, this is the lands, and let's go over to the sideboard. So we want to have some way to deal with their opponent's graveyard, and Tormod's Crypt, the 0 mana card, is definitely great, because we can minus Karn and play it already. So this is this one. Fountain of Renewal is just a way to get life over time, and it's a draw card if you don't know what to take. Grave-Digger's Cage is a must against Muxus right now, the Goblin, and against some graveyard interaction. Shadow Spear can be okay with Golos sometimes, but I just included it because situation, right? Glass Casket, really good card. It's a removal spell from the sideboard. We can get access with Karn. I could actually see 2 Glass Caskets in the graveyard, in the sideboard, but yeah, we go for 1 right now. We have the Ratchet Bomb. Ratchet Bomb deals with tokens, for example, even though we have also token. It's just an interesting way to have some AoE clear or to get the targets down. Sorcerer Spyglass is a really nice way to lock out some cards like Big Teferi or Bolas, or depending what we face, but I think it's definitely something we should have here. Chaos Wand's a really interesting card. When I tested this deck before I made the video, I played against Reclamation, and Chaos Wand won me the game. As a 3 mana artifact, when we can pay 4 and target opponent exiles cards from the top of the library until they exile an instant or sorcery card. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost, then put the exiled cards that weren't cast this way on the bottom of the library in a random order. I actually hit 2 explosions and thinned their deck of explosion with Chaos Wand. I'm not too sure if it's good though, but it could be an interesting one, right? Then Crucible of Words can be nice to get some extra tokens. Maybe you want to replay the Field of Ruin in the mirror match, where we can Field of Ruin, play the land again, Field of Ruin, so we get rid of 2 opponent Field of the Dead. Definitely a reason why we play this one. Also, we can reuse Blast Zone if you want to. I think definitely should have a slot here. Then we play Sparkhound the Masticore. I also played against the Planeswalker deck with this pre-recording, and this card just won me the game. They try to Chaos Ref it, but then you can pay 3 mana and the Masticore get indestructible. It cannot be bounced by Teferi, you just destroy Teferi. So this card is way better than I thought initially, because some player tried to go for a Planeswalker strategy, and having access to the Masticore is really, really nice. Solemn Simulacrum is just a card if we like lands on our hand, where we can find the extra land. And that's why we play Solemn. Same goes for Golos, we find the extra land. Plus we have Golos extra here, which I think is really, really nice. And then Godfarer Statue. We won actually the game because of this card just now, because I was 1 damage short, and I found this one. 6 mana, spells opponent cost 2 more. A beginning of your end step, they lose 1 life. That's basically what it is. Meteor Golem is a way where we can deal with enchantments or artifacts or cards like this. 7 mana 3/3, when it comes into play, destroy target and non-land permanent. And Platinum Ancient, 7 mana for 4. You can't lose the game and opponents can't win the game. I'm not too sure about this card, but it used to be one of my favorite cards when I was 12 years old. 12 years old, right? But yeah, so this is the sideboard, this is the deck, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy the games. Feel free to check me out on Twitch, on Twitter, or wherever you want, and join Discord. And yeah, if you like it, leave a subscribe here and comment. See you next time. And we play again Jude Poppy. Okay, so I give this again a 50 to 60% chance that they play goblins, because I really don't see. Okay, never mind. Kahira looks like an Esper control list or a control list with Kahira. I'm gonna take the 5th land here. I wish we had another white source, but that's really interesting to see. Maybe they play the Hoof deck, the one I actually created this deck in the day 1. Huh. I could imagine them playing the Hoof deck, so I need to get rid of the tokens here. Really interesting. So they have Transmogrify and Looker. This is the way they get the white board. But it's okay. I already thought they maybe lacked some lands, but now they have actually the entire thing going on here. We top deck the white source, which helps. Otherwise they could have already used Transmogrify if they have it on their hand. It's 1-on-1 the same deck that I played. 1-on-1. Okay.
If you are going to fight, fight beside me.
Okay, that's an interesting top deck. So we have to get the cage here.
My allies are counting on me.
Because if they play the transmogify stuff, we need to have cage here. Otherwise they just get the hoof in. And we lose, right? I don't mind losing Karn here, to be honest. I really need that cage. Because now they play a token aggro deck. That's what they play. Token aggro. And I'm okay with that. It's now a fair deck.
We can exact justice.
We made opponent's deck to a fair deck. And they don't even kill it.
Discuss our differences.
That's super interesting. Okay, so we're gonna bring this. We're gonna get the first zombie here. Yeah, so now we have everything under control. This is where we wanted Karn. Karn is the access to wishboard here. Just showed again how important it is, because you can shut off decks like this. So yeah, was a fun game. Let's go to the next one. We have to. The mana base here is really bad. It's a bit better. Usually I would like to keep Gust, but because all play Goblin decks. This could be a Reclamation game deck. So far it looks like one. Okay, Explorer is nice. I think Explorer is better than Growth Spiral usually in this type of deck, because you can use it without too specific mana. So I like Growth Spiral a lot. I like Explorer a lot in this deck. This looks like a Breach deck now. Plus Oracle here definitely looks like a Breach deck. Oh, I think it is. So you go for blue and green, black, red, I think. Doesn't matter too much. Okay, so now we have access to 5 different cards. 6, and then we play Golos and get the field in, right? Which would be the play here. So that's what we're gonna start. They could play counter, but Sark is so strange. Okay, so we get the field. Doesn't matter too much what you play. Okay, so we activate our field. They are lacking lands, that's why they didn't crack the passage here so far. But that's how fast you can ramp with this deck. It's always really good to activate Golos. That's just, I mean, maybe should find Teferi first, but that's a really good pick here. There's a lot of stuff we get.
I know my responsibility.
I mean, we can bounce it here. Don't think they'll win yet. We just get more and more, right? So yeah, this is Golos is definitely still really strong. Best of what, I think it's good. It's just really important that deck is way to deal with goblins. That's the most important part, and I think that is why I play Karn and Shatter. Here, opponent didn't do anything, so we just run over it. It can happen. So let's go next one. Keep this. We have Growth Spiral, we have 1 white, we have Shatter, and we have access to Karn. So this is a hand where we're okay against aggressive decks, and we have potential ramp against control decks, so it's not too bad. Yeah, the doggy. I really hope we don't face goblins. I kind of want to play against goblins though with this deck, but sometimes it's really frustrating, really frustrating, because no matter how you do it, they nuts you away, and it can be frustrating. I mean, I play Field of Ruin and then this. This is the way to do it. It's not goblins. Which is really cool. Okay, so we get the 4th land, so we can actually Karn if you want to. But yeah, now we have to figure out what they play. So if they play creature, we don't play Karn. We want to have a Shatter first. To play Karn of this. Could be vampires. That's really confusing. Okay, this is a Karn moment. I think it is vampires or something like this. But I am not too sure yet. It has to be the second right? Didn't play a single creature, so I think I should play Karn here.
I will not stop.
Okay, I don't know what they play. So usually we go for a card that gives us information or some card advantage, where Karl's Rant is a really interesting one. But I maybe should go Golos here and find a land. I can still minus for Casket if it's an aggressive vampire deck, but so far I've Shatter. So okay, so probably gonna lose the Golos again. Well, that was funny. I'm still not sure what they play. So now when I see this situation,
Not frightened by you.
I want to go for a Solemn. Maybe I should have went for Solemn before. Ooh, that binding is super annoying. Especially with our second one, but we activated already, so it could have been worse. Okay, so we have 5 now. So it's a control deck. It's an Orsa control binding deck, I think. Something like that. Oh, it could be. Okay. Okay. Shrines. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Cannot play Karn anymore. Which is a problem. Okay. That's interesting. I never played against Shrines. I mean, that Excellence Binding here was perfectly timed on my Karn, since I had a second Karn here. Okay. Well. Go for blue. We don't draw the card from Solemn here. Which is a bit sad. Nothing we can do. Yeah, that's a good draw. We would miss red here, but I still think the field is better. We should have done this in opponent's turn so we get a token if there's a board wipe. I mean, sure, Sanctum gets some stuff in, but it's a strange card to see. It's definitely a strange card to see. Attack. Could play Settle or some cards like this. I'm getting Karn now back.
Let's slow this down.
And we get a Golem here
I have one.
I will defend my
to
ally.
deal with the binding.
You will not threaten this world.
So with this plan, they should not be able to use the binding too efficiently. Okay, so now we have access to Golos itself, and it's their turn. So now with the Meteor Golem we can kill the Excellence Binding, which is definitely what we want. So they play it on a Planeswalker, we get a Planeswalker with more loyalty back. They play it on the Golos, we get an extra land, so it's a tough spot. We're just gonna destroy this. I'm actually not even sure if you have to.
That's more like it.
Let's do it. It's just fun to play Karn.
I am Karn. I will rid you of your
And we go for the wand. I think the wand against these decks could be fun. I'm not sure yet, but I know they play instants and sorcery stuff, I guess, because they are more on the control side. So yeah, Karn so far did a really great job here controlling this game. So this was the game. Let's go for the next one. Okay, let's keep. I wish I had a blue source though, but Cultivate. Okay, now I go white first. Because if they play already their enchantment here, I need to do it. It's super important to get rid of this stuff. I don't mind if I can't ramp, but they have cards where they can protect give this draw a card stuff, so I need to make sure this is scored. There's the next one, sure, but this one is worse. Sure, this draws card, but the counter of this one sometimes is really annoying. So they played around this to happen. Well played. Well, we will never be able to play this one, but I want to top it. Oh my god, this was stupid. Yeah, okay, so they waited for me to cast the first card and then they go nuts, so they just drew it. I just think you usually play this when you have 2 mana, so I'm actually really confused. I think they just top decked it. I cannot see. I'm kinda sure they top decked it. It's kinda funny. Lure is a good card. Okay, so we get the red, I guess. Playing. Let's get an island, then we cultivate, and then we get the red. Okay. Red. And play. We play the red first, so we get the zombie token. Okay, so now it's a bit tricky, right? I mean, I can play Field of the Dead if I want to. But I know they play counters, so the race is gonna be really hard as well. They just draw. I mean, they will have 100% counters on the hand, right? So the only way for me to win is to win with zombies or fight something like this card. So this way I would miss a green, right? So I have to play this first. It's a bit stupid. But if they only... It depends how many counters they have on their hand. Ah no, I cannot. I can still do it. I just realized. Well, I did not expect this to happen, to be honest. I never expect this to happen here. Wow, we got 2 obsessions. Oh wow. What is their hand? Okay, sure. Do they even have counters? That's shocking. I mean, this is a Northern Flyer. Makes me happy. That's really, really strange. This will just get counted, huh? Ooh, this is a good card. Cannot play both in the same turn though. I cannot play Teferi plus Guru, which is a bit sad. I can try it next turn though. This will get countered, I'm sure. Let's try this. I have still 4 open, and I didn't have a second counter last time, which is so strange. They have it this time though. So they probably just drew that one. We can block the Trickster here. Don't have a way to deal with the Sailor. Okay. So the question is, do we play the... It's a hard one. It's a hard one. Ugin works. Uro works as well. Maybe it's more... Okay, they have a bounce. They definitely have a bounce on their hand now. They could also have the 3/3 creature. Did they kept all those cards in their hands? It's really confusing. I wonder if they kept those cards in their hands. So yeah, I have to go Uro now and hope for the life gain. Temperature is a problem. This doesn't give me... it gives me answer. I hope they don't have a card here.
Let us begin. My purpose is greater than myself.
So with this we can get the Jin away. And we play the Uro as well. I mean, they can counter the Uro, but they should have countered the Casket here, I think. Okay, this looks okay. This is okay. So if they play a Brazen, they have 5 damage on board. Where we still survive. They could also bounce the Casket there. A Sea Dasher on the Sea Dasher. They drop 2 cards from this. We have lethal on board though. We would have lethal on board so far. Okay. So 10, 16 damage. To block this, they need a second block, right? So if I think if I attack with the Casket here, they need 2 creatures, right?
Some solutions must be built.
I assume this one will come. They have to block here. Which is okay to me. Get 2 of them. Okay, so now my Ugin seems way better. Down 4. I just don't think they have a counter here. So I can do it for free, I guess. Then they get the Chin back though. So I have to shoot. I have to shoot this one. If I want to shoot this one, they will use this. So I have to do 1. Okay. It's a bit tricky. But I have to do it like this. It's kind of strange because if I shoot there, they're just gonna use this. Oh, I cannot lose the Glass Casket here. Okay, that's dangerous. But they only have 4 life left. Oh, it's really dangerous. That's a really funny game. Do they have a way to deal with my Uro? I mean, I have 3 damage in Ugin, right? Okay, first I want to attack. Okay, so this is what the answer to that. I know what I can do to win the game.
Fuels my mission.
I need 1 damage, right? Now, do they have a counter or not? They would lose 1 and then I shoot the face. And then they exactly that. Okay. They have no way to gain life here.
Ghost fire. My greatest creation.
As far as I know. There's no life in the counter as well. Okay. What a game! Okay, yeah, that was really fun to play. So yeah, this is the best of 1 here. Karn definitely is a house in best of 1 with the wishboard. Definitely going more best of 1 decks since next week is the Arena Open. Hope you like this one, and yeah, see you next time.